Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Can someone remind me where we stopped last time? Was it verse number 20, chapter 6, 20? We did complete 25? Yes. Okay, so we have to start from verse number 26. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I hope you are all able to see the screen. So dear devotees, we are reading from Bhagavad Gītā, and this is chapter 6 entitled Dhyana Yoga, which means meditation, and we are going to start from verse number 26 today. Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna is instructing Arjun, and let's read the first verse, the original Sanskrit. Yato yato nischalati manaschanchalam asthiram tatastato niyam yaitad atman eva vasham nayet. Yata yata, wherever, nischalati, becomes easily agitated. Manaha, the mind, chanchalam, flickering, asthiram, unsteady, tata tata, from there, niyamya, regulating it, etad, this, atmani, in the self, eva, certainly, vasham, to bring under control, nayet. One must bring under control. Translation and purports by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Śrīmad Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. So translation: from wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering, chanchal, flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So Krishna is saying that we must control the mind. And when we are trying to control the mind, don't expect the mind will be obedient. No, it will go here and there. But we have to just bring it back. The mind is by nature unsteady and flickering. Oh, man ka swabhav hi waisa hai. So we have to bring it back. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering, unsteady nature, we must not get frustrated. Oh, why my mind is going here and there? Why? No, its nature is to go here and there. So no, it's okay, it's expected. So from wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control. So if it is a nature of the mind to go here and there, it should be our nature to bring it back. Krishna says, one must, so mind will certainly go here and there, but we must also certainly bring it back. Must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, the nature of the mind is flickering and unsteady. What to do? The nature of mind is flickering and unsteady. Like our nature of our teeth is that our teeth are hard and sharp. Because with teeth, we bite, we chew, we tear food with our teeth, we grind food. So the nature of teeth is it is hard and sharp. And the nature of the cheeks and the tongue is they are soft. What to do now? Teeth bhi hamare hai aur gaal bhi hamara hai aur jivha bhi hamari hai. The tongue and cheek is also ours, and so are the teeth. Sometimes accidentally while eating, the teeth might bite the cheek or tongue. But what to do? We don't get angry. Who should we get angry at? Both are ours. So mind is also ours and intelligence is also ours. Now mind's nature is flickering and unsteady. But intelligence that we develop by reading Bhagavad Gītā, by chanting Hare Krishna, we must utilize it to bring the mind under control. It is our mind only. But what to do? It is flickering and unsteady. We must bring it under the control of the self. Now self is with a uppercase S. Correct? Which means Krishna. We must bring it under the control of Krishna, which means we must make the mind do what Krishna wants us to do. Correct? So in purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, the nature of the mind is flickering and unsteady. But a self-realized yogi has to control the mind. It is our duty to control the mind if we want to become spiritualists. Otherwise, the mind will take us here and there. The mind should not control him. Just see, Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport. We have to control the mind should not control us. And therefore, one who controls the mind is called Goswami or Swami. Swami means the controller, the master, and Go means senses. So one who controls the senses is called Goswami. And one who does not control is called Godas. Das means servant and Go means senses. So he's servant of his senses. The skin wants to touch somebody. Oh, you go run touch. Eyes want to see something, you see. Ears want to hear some nonsense music, you hear. So you are servant of the senses. Whatever the senses demand, I want to eat this. We don't even think offered, not offered. Is it offerable, not offerable? Is it prasad, not prasad? Just eat. So that is Godas. But we don't want to be Godas. We are following in the parampara of Rupa Goswami. We are following in the parampara of Goswamis. So we have to control the mind. So again, Krishna is emphasizing very, very important principle of mind control. Krishna consciousness is all about mind control, my dear friends. We have to control the mind in a positive way. Verse number 27. The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. See, we are all looking for happiness. In Vedanta Sutra or Brahma Sutra, it is mentioned that Ananda Mayobhyasat. The nature of all of us is that we are seeking pleasure. Is there anybody in this world who is seeking pain? No. Everyone is seeking pleasure. Why is there garment industry, clothes industry? To give us clothes that will make us feel happy. Why is there automobile industry? To make sure that we have comfortable cars to drive with all the features. Why is there safety seat belt? To keep us safe, because otherwise we'll get pain in an accident. Nobody wants pain and suffering. Everybody wants happiness. Why do we have nice food? To make life easy for us. Atta. It's already, the grains are ground. So all we have to do is knead it into dough and make chapatis. So everything is meant to make us happy, reduce our suffering. We wear shoes so that we don't get hurt when we walk. Memory foam, soft shoes, huh? Because everybody is looking for happiness. Everybody wants to be happy and comfortable. Nobody wants to suffer. Why so? It is our nature to be happy. Sat Chid Ananda. Spiritually, it is our nature to be eternal, to be full of knowledge, and to be full of happiness. That is how constitutionally we are created, being parts of Krishna. So therefore, it is our nature to be happy. We are happiness seeking. Why people break relationships? Because I'm not happy in that relationship. Why people divorce? I'm not happy in that marriage. People are looking for happiness. Everybody is looking for happiness. Why people steal money? Because they think if I have money, I'll become happy. Correct? That's why there are so many robberies happen. Then now there's a tax time. People, their identity thefts. People will take your social security number and do so many things. Why? Because they think that money will make them happy. Why do we go to work? Because we feel we'll get money and money will make us happy. Everything we do in life is ultimately to get happiness. Why do we get married? So we will have a lifelong friend, and to have a nice companionship, we'll be happy. Why do we have children? Because we feel Papa कहते हैं बड़ा नाम करेगा. People think that this child will give me happiness. Everybody wants happiness. Whenever there is an impediment to our happiness, we get angry. We try to fix it because it is our nature to be happy. There's nothing wrong. That is how we are made. But the problem is we are looking for happiness in the wrong place. We are looking for happiness in the wrong place. Here Krishna is saying, look at the first sentence of verse number 27. What is Krishna saying? The yogi whose mind is fixed on me attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. It is this, there is difference between sukh and ananda. In this world, there is sukh. But there is happiness, but there is no anand. There is no transcendental happiness. Krishna is talking about transcendental happiness. What is the difference? This happiness comes with sorrow. The happiness in this material world comes with sorrow. They are like two sides of the same coin. If we accept happiness in this world, we are forced to accept sorrow in this world. It is necessary. It is compulsory. Example. If someone loves to eat rasgullas and gulab jams and sandesh, then we have to accept the calories that come with it, which means we are going to put on weight. We are going to get diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. It's going to happen. So happiness in this world gives distress also. It is compulsory. If we want to enjoy a nice cruise vacation, we have to work hard and pay the bill. Nothing is free. There is no free meal in this world. So which means if we accept happiness in this world, we have to pay the price. Which means we have to work hard, we have to labor, we have to face the discomfort and distress also. But transcendental happiness doesn't have such side effects. The difference is transcendental happiness is permanent and it is very sustainable. It is self-sustaining because it is coming from the source of all happiness. Source of all happiness. Suppose I'm poor, just hand to mouth, making ends meet, and I have a friend who is like me. I borrow some money from him. I have to give it back to him because he'll ask me, hey, bhai, I helped you that time, but come on, I need it. You told me you'll return it in 1 week. 1 week is up, come on, pay it back, because he also needs it. But when a rich person gives charity, is there any expectation? No, take it. Because he has got lots. He's not hand to mouth. So when we borrow happiness in this world, we have to pay the price, pay back. As you sow, so shall you reap. But we have to pay back. But when we get from a very rich person like Krishna, who is the ocean of happiness, he's Satchidananda Vigraha. When he is the source of all happiness, when he gives, it is charity. Atyanta durlava prema karibare dan. Shikhaye sharanagati bhakatera pran. When Krishna gives, it's just one way. Take. Anandam buddhi vardhanam pratipadam. There is no account. That is Krishna. That is transcendental. There is a difference between happiness and transcendental happiness. We want transcendental happiness. Such a yogi is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualitative identity with the Supreme. He realizes that qualitatively I am one. Krishna is spiritual, I am also spiritual. And thus he is freed from all reactions to past deeds. Once you take shelter of Krishna, then what is the key here? What we have to do? Mind is fixed on me. See the first line? The mind should be fixed on Krishna. Krishna is saying. That is the key. Which means we have to be Krishna conscious. What is our society called? International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Therefore, Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. This is the formula. Krishna is saying. Prabhupada is saying it on the authority of Krishna. Krishna is saying, you fix your mind on me, you will be transcendently happy. Verse number 28. Thus the self-controlled yogi, constantly engaged in yoga practice, becomes free from all material contamination and achieves the highest stage of perfect happiness in transcendental loving service to the Lord. So Krishna is saying we achieve the highest stage of perfect happiness, means transcendental happiness, in transcendental loving service to the Lord. Krishna is saying. So what is our process? It is a process of loving service. Premamaya bhakti. Premamaya seva. Loving service. Tesham sartayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Priti purvakam. With love. With love. It's a path of love. Krishna consciousness is a path of love. We have to do everything for Radha Krishna with love. So such a yogi becomes free from all material contamination, who offers love of the heart to Radha and Krishna and achieves the highest perfect state of perfect happiness in loving service to Krishna. Now Krishna is talking about the highest stage. He's saying, verse number 29, a true yogi observes me in all being and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. Wow. This is the state of a Uttam Adhikari, a Mahabhagavad, where he sees Krishna everywhere. Let's see. Verse number 29. Let's see the Sanskrit. Sarva bhutastham atmanam sarva bhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. Sarva bhutastham. Stham means sthit. Sarva bhutastham means situated in all beings. Atmanam. Who? The Paramatma, Krishna. Krishna Paramatma. What is that verse? Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Haraye Paramatmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranata Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. It's a Vedic verse that Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye, O Hari, you are Paramatma. Krishna is Paramatma. So here, Sarva Bhutastham Atmanam is the Paramatma, super soul, who is situated in everyone. Ishwar Sarva Bhutanam Hridayesha Arjuna Tishtati. Cha also, Atmani, in the self, Ikshate, does see Yoga Yukta Atma. One who is completely Yoga Yukta, completely fixed in Krishna consciousness, Sarvatra Samadarshana. He sees Krishna everywhere. So see what Krishna is saying, what Srila Prabhupada is saying. A Krishna conscious yogi is the perfect seer. He has the perfect vision. A Krishna conscious yogi has a perfect vision. Why? Because he sees Krishna, the Supreme, situated in everyone's heart. We say na, ki put your hand on your heart and promise. Why? Because Krishna is situated in the heart of everyone. Why do we do namaskar to offer obeisances? Namaskar, namaste, namah astu, namaste. Kyun? Why? Because Krishna is there in everyone's heart. Krishna is there in everyone's heart. Yes, Shampriya Mataji has raised her hand. Yes, Shampriya Mataji, you can unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So, like how you were explaining that we have to do everything for like with love for Radha and Krishna. So we are doing some seva for Radha Krishna. How do we know that? How do we know that we are doing it with love, or is it because it's a responsibility that we are doing it?
Mataji, I hope you feel better. Your health is not good. The key is that is it ahaituki apratihata? It is ahaituki apratihata, and is it anukulyana Krishna? This is the criteria that Śrīmad Bhagavatam and Śrīla Rupa Goswami have given us. How do we know that it is with love? The definition of love for Krishna is anya abhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavratam anukulyana krishnanu shilanam bhakti ruttama savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yatma suprasidati. These two verses from Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu of Śrīla Rupa Goswami and from Śrīmad Bhagavatam, first canto, where Sutta Goswami is answering what is the way to perfection of our life. What is parodharma? What is the highest dharma? So the definition of loving devotional service is given. This is the definition of loving devotional service. It should be anya abhilashita shunyam. It should be without any other desire. It should be ahaituki apratihata, uninterrupted. So are we doing that seva without any? So Shampriya Mataji, to answer a question, are we doing that seva to Radha and Krishna? Are we doing that seva for Radha Ras Bihari without any expectation in return? कि मैं ऐसा करूंगी और फिर मुझे धनम देही, पुत्रम देही, सुखम देही, give me happiness, give me wealth, give me this, give me good health. So are we expecting anything in return, or are we just doing it because we want to see Radha Ras very happy? That is the question. Secondly, are we doing it only on some festival, that today is Ekadashi, so I will do it. Today is Janmashtami, so I will do puja. Other times, no, I'm just going to do something else. So is it uninterrupted? It should be uninterrupted, means it should be every day, in the very least. I say it should be Atho Prahar. It should be throughout the day and night. According to the Ashtakali Leela, as much as possible, you should be thinking, now Radha and Krishna are doing this. Now they are meeting at Radha Kund. Now they are meeting in the Ras Leela. So all the time you have to be thinking like that, day and night. That is Ashtakaliya Leela, Smaran. But at least every day, for a good amount of time, few hours every day, we must do bhajan. Usually 4 or 5 hours of bhajan is required for a sadhak. So are we doing that? That is the question. And so it should be uninterrupted, it should be unmotivated, and it should be anukulyana Krishna. What does that mean? According to how Krishna wants. So if today I want to eat pizza and I say that today let me make pizza for Krishna, I think Krishna wants to eat pizza. That is not anukul, because it is what anukul for me, but not like that. So I may want to offer paper flowers ka garland to Krishna, because वो बाजार में मिलता है. You can buy it from the market, offer it once, and it stays as it is. So buy 7 for 7 days and just keep changing it. They're made of some plastic or paper or something like that. So is that anukul? Is that what Krishna really likes? In the Golok Vrindavan, does Krishna do that? He wear plastic and paper garland? No, flower garland. So it should be anukul. Anukul means the way Krishna likes it, not the way I like it. So it should be anukul, number one. It should be without any expectation of any return. It should be only for the pleasure of Krishna. Samsiddhar Haritoshanam. And number 3, it should be continuous, without interruption. It should be every day. We should be wanting to serve Radhesham. So is that okay, Shampriya Mataji? Hold on, let me give you the ability to unmute yourself. So does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Anukul, ahetuki, and apratyahata.
Yes, Prabhuji. But on Ekadashis, like we do extra rounds and we do, so like every day, I don't know. For me, every day I don't get that time, or Ekadashi, get the time to chant more rounds. So that is anukul.
See, you are doing according to your family responsibilities as a grihastha, you are doing the best you can. So if on other days, on Ekadashi we chant extra round, but if on other days we are not doing extra rounds, but instead we are watching cricket match, or we are watching news, or we are watching a movie, or we are watching some YouTube shows, then that is wrong. Then that is not anukul. That is pratikul. And the Krishna consciousness philosophy is very simple. Anukulya se sankalpa, pratikulya se varjanam. What is favorable, we do it. What is unfavorable, we don't do it. Is that okay, Mataji? So if we are doing some time pass, we are doing some sense gratification instead of chanting on other days, that is not anukul. But if we are occupied, we are busy either with family duties, social duties, or spiritual duties all day, or bodily duties, because we have to take care of the body also. So eating, bathing, sleeping, exercise, yogasan, jo bhi hai. So if we are doing that, then we are fine. We are properly situated. But if we are wasting time with entertainment and other bad association, then that is not good. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So a Krishna conscious yogi is the perfect seer because he sees Krishna, the Supreme, situated in everyone's heart as Super Soul Paramatma. And Prabhupada gives Praman, Ishwara Sarva Bhutanam Hridayeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Lord in his Paramatma feature is situated within both the heart of a dog and that of a Brahman, which means everyone's heart. Samadarshana, everyone. The perfect yogi knows that Lord Krishna is eternally transcendental and is not materially affected by his presence in either a dog, a plant, animal, a Brahman, doesn't matter. That is a supreme neutrality of the Lord. This is why we say that Krishna is equal to everyone. Samaha sarva bhuteshu. Name dveshasya na priya. Because Krishna is not differentiating. He is in everyone's heart, whether we are a human being or an animal. And a pure devotee sees that equality. Verse number 30. Oh, this is a very, very important verse. This is a verse to be memorized. Okay. So verse number 30. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachamena pranashyati. Krishna is saying, for one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. Very beautiful verse. Krishna is saying, one who sees me everywhere. Again, this is the situation of a pure devotee. One who sees me everywhere. Everywhere he is seeing Krishna. Sarvatra hai nija ishtadeva spurti. Everywhere he is seeing Krishna. Krishna, Bhagavad Bhav. Everywhere. Oh Krishna. Everywhere he is seeing Krishna. And he sees everything in Krishna. This whole world is situated in Krishna. Ekam shena sthito jagat. I have manifested this whole world through my one amsha. Ekam shena sthito jagat. So he sees that the whole world is situated within Krishna. As Vishnu, Krishna is everywhere. As Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. And also as Paramatma, he is in everyone's heart. So a devotee sees Krishna everywhere. Oh, Krishna only has come in the form of Jai Shri Mataji. Krishna only inspired her to come and hear his own message. So she has come. Dandavat Pranam, Namaskar. Oh, Krishna only has come as Mallika. Krishna has come as Jayakumar Guru. Hare Krishna. This is called Bhagavad Bhav. This Uttam Adhikari can do that. मध्यमाधिकारी differentiates. प्रेमा मैत्री कृपोपेक्षा. भगवान के साथ प्रेम, love for Krishna, friendship with devotees, maitri. Kripa on Balishu, those who are childish, who are innocent. They don't know about Krishna, but they are ignorant, but they are innocent. अज्ञानी है लेकिन नादान है, मासूम है. ऐसे लोगों को कृपा, मध्यमाधिकारी. Does 4 things. And upeksha. Upeksha means to neglect, to associate, to disassociate, not to associate with who? Those who are Vaishnava dveshi और विष्णु द्वेषी, जो भगवान की निंदा करते हैं या भगवान के भक्तों की निंदा करते हैं. Those who criticize the devotees or those who criticize the Supreme Lord, we don't associate with them. That is the medium devotee, madhyamadhikari. Kanishta adhikari has faith in God but doesn't serve the devotees. They will stand in line for Tirupati Balaji darshan, but they will not do Vaishnava seva. They will have faith. They will say, चार धाम हो गए, द्वारका गए, बद्रीनाथ के दर्शन हो गए, जगन्नाथपुरी भी गए और रामेश्वरम भी गए, 4 धाम हो गए. They think कमाई है वो. That is spiritual income, that I have done 4 dham, I have done this. They have faith in Shri Vigraha, but they don't have faith in serving the devotee. They think devotee kya hai? ठीक है. They don't understand the importance. They will not take the jhutan of a devotee. Jhutan nahi khayenge. I have seen. No. I don't want to eat the remnants of a devotee. They find it very disgusting because they don't have love for devotees. They don't understand what is the power of a devotee. They don't know actually. They don't know, and they don't understand Krishna's heart. Krishna himself wants to eat the jhutan of his devotee. What? Raghunatha Goswami ka rotten rice Mahaprabhu stole. Okay. So anyway, that is Kanishta Adhikari, a neophyte devotee. Has faith in Krishna, doesn't have faith in the devotees. Madhyamadhikari does 4 things. Prema Maitri Kripopeksha. Love for God, friendship with devotees, Kripa, mercy on the innocent and ignorant. And number 4, those who are blasphemers, those who criticize, those who are envious, avoids their association. But Uttamadhikari doesn't make any distinction. Yomam pashyati sarvatra. Sarvam chamai pashyati. He sees Krishna everywhere. Sab Bhagwan ke hi hai. They are all children of God. Krishna is in everyone's heart. Krishna loves everyone. ठीक है, पूरा भगवान का ही सिर्फ भगवान की लीला चल रही है. Everything is Krishna's लीला. Everything is Krishna's pastime. Krishna is everywhere. Everything is happening by the permission of Krishna. Even if someone comes and attacks them, they will say, oh, Krishna is testing. Such Uttamadhikari devotees are very rare. Very rare. Like Srila Prabhupada, he's having heart attack on Jalduta. 2 heart attacks. He's feeling seasick. He's having intense nausea and he's vomiting also. Cannot eat anything. And he's writing, Boro kripa koile Krishna adha mera prati. Bahut kripa koile Krishna adha mera prati. He's saying, bahut kripa hai. He has lost his house. He has lost his family. He has lost his pharmaceutical business. He has lost his home. He has taken sannyas. He has left everything. He's practically homeless. He doesn't know where to go in America. And he's having heart attack and he's having vomiting. It is so bad. Remember a time in your life when you are vomiting. It is such a sick feeling. Oh, you feel loss of appetite, loss of energy, everything. And he's saying, Boro kripa koile Krishna adha mera prati. Bahut kripa hai Bhagwan ki. Who can, like, I have never seen a patient who is coming to the emergency room with heart attack and vomiting. Bahut kripa hai Bhagwan ki. Mr. Jones, how are you feeling? Oh, I am in ecstasy. Krishna is so merciful. God is Almighty, is so merciful. I have never seen in my 20 years of being a physician. Never seen. Boro kripa koile Krishna adha mera prati. That is Uttamadhikari. There was one devotee in Vrindavan. He was Uttamadhikari. And he had this vision. Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashyati. He could see Krishna in everyone's heart. Like Prahlad Maharaj. Is Krishna in this pillar? Yes. Father, he told Hiranyakashipu, yes, he is there. He could see Krishna is everywhere. He had faith. So this devotee also, he particularly had faith in Atithi and sadhus. Because in Vrindavan, sadhus come for Madhukari. He had tremendous faith. He would wait. When will a sadhu come? When his wife would finish cooking, he would go out and call out. Is there anybody who wants to eat? There is nice Thakurji Prasad, there is Krishna Prasad. Please come eat. Pao, pao. And he would feed people. And only then he would eat little. Or day and night he would be chanting names of Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radha Vallabh, like that. So once he had gone somewhere to do some seva with his wife, and his son was alone at home. Son was around 10 years old. Now imagine 10-year-old child, how attached the parents are. It is a very good age. Kids are, just, very friendly. They talk, they discuss, and they are so dependent on parents. They're inquisitive, and parents are all the time training, teaching them. It's a very nice age, 10 years. So son was 10 years old, only child of the parents. And one robber came in the dress of a sadhu. He came inside and he slit the throat of the 10-year-old boy with a knife. Slit his throat and hid his dead body in a box in the house. Because he heard that the parents are coming. As soon as he came to rob the house, it's a true story. To rob the house, he entered the house, he killed the child, about to begin robbery. That's when the Mahabhagavad father and mother, they came. They are pure devotees. They entered the house. He heard the door open. He picked up the dead body, threw him in a some big box like that, cupboard, and shut it. And he was a sadhu dress, saffron dress. But the child was screaming when he was murdered. And in India, Vrindavan, the windows and all are open. So one neighbor heard, and he came and he witnessed the whole thing through the window. And he immediately hid the dead body of the child, and the parents came, and immediately the father offered obeisance. Oh, sadhu, sadhu, you have entered my house. My house has become pure. Sadhu, sadhu. Because he was in sannyasi clothes, saffron clothes. Sadhu, sadhu, sit. Hey, wife, go, bring water. We'll wash his lotus feet. Quickly start cooking. We'll feed him. Nice prasad. And sadhu also sat, and he's giving his feet and making them wash. He was very badmash, very bad, evil person. He gave his feet. He was accepting their service as a sadhu. Immediately that neighbor went, he called 10 other men from the neighborhood with lathi sticks, and they came into the house, and they told the homeowner, Prabhu, this guy has just murdered your son. The dead body of your son has been hid in that box. He's a murderer. He's only wearing the clothes of a sadhu. Look, he has got a knife hidden under his waist. He's a criminal. He's a dacoit. Let's beat him and teach him a lesson. Let's arrest him and take him to the king. What are you saying? The Mahabharata, what are you saying? No. Please don't say like this. He is Atithi. He's a sadhu. Look, he's sannyasi. He's a pure devotee. Krishna is in his heart. How can you say like this? Let us serve him. Let us serve him. They said, no. We saw with our own eyes. He's a murderer. Open that box. Your son's dead body is in that box. This Mahabharata said, no, this is not possible. This is not possible. And seeing the faith that this man had, that dacoit's heart also melted. And now he knew there are eyewitnesses. They have seen. What is he going to lie now? So he says, no. What they are saying is right. I am a dacoit. Here is the knife. I came, and your son was there. I was expecting nobody will be there. But I saw both of you leaving. I thought the house is empty. But when I saw him, I had to silence him. So I killed your son. When I heard you come back, I hid his dead body in that box. And he opened the box. And the son was there with his throat slit dead. Blood everywhere. Hare Krishna. When the devotee, the homeowner, he saw his own son's dead body, he was still not willing to accept that this man is a criminal. He said, no, you are a pure devotee. You are a sant, you are a saint. And what happened to my son? That is his prarabdha. Krishna's Leela. Nothing happens without Krishna's permission. Krishna had only 10 years for my son. Krishna had designated 10 years for my son. 10 years are over. He has gone. But he was born in the dust of Vrindavan, and he has died in Vrajbhumi. So I have no doubt about my son. He has died in the house of Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna's worship is going on in this house. He died in their presence. He died in Vrindavan Dham. There is no doubt that my son went back to Godhead. But you are a Mahabhagavat. You are a sadhu. You are a saint. And it is my duty to serve you. You are very dear to Krishna. Krishna has come in your heart. Let me serve you. Please let me serve you. People could not believe, what is this? The dacoit could not believe what kind of Atithi Seva is this? What kind of guest service is this? Unbelievable. I am a dacoit. I barged into his house, killed him, murdered his son. What is going on? And he was saying, no, I am a criminal. People said, you have gone mad. You are treating this criminal like a saint. He is not a saint, he's a murderer. We got to arrest him and take him to the king. This homeowner, the devotee, Uttamadhikari, he said, if Krishna is not present in his heart, and if I have not seen Krishna in his heart, then let my son remain dead. But if Krishna is in his heart, and if I have seen Krishna's presence in his heart, right now, with this water that has washed his feet, his Charanamrut, I will sprinkle it on my son, and my son, let him be revived. If I have seen Krishna in his heart. He took the Charanamrit of that murderer, sprinkled on his son, and his son got up. This is a true story. This is called faith. His son got up. And this person became a very great saint later on. He gave a family life. He became a Vairagi and wrote many beautiful songs also in Vrindavan. He was a devotee of Radha Vallabh. There's a Radha Vallabh temple in Vrindavan. So these are the stories of the saints. They are very powerful. Very powerful. This is the level of a Uttamadhikari. Yomam pashyati sarvatra. They see Krishna everywhere. And they see Sarvam Chamai Pashyati. Everything is within Krishna. Sab Bhagwan ki leela hai. Everything is happening by Krishna's permission. They can see that. So they have no lamentation, no fear. Tasya aham na pranashyami. For such a person, I am not lost. Sacha mena pranashyati. And such a person is not lost to me. Such a person never forgets Krishna, and Krishna never forgets such a person. You see, there's a comment in the chat box. Parima Mata is asking, may I know the saint's name? Is it from Bhaktamala? I don't know if this story is in Bhaktamala or not, but this saint belongs to the Radha Vallabh Sampradaya. And I am also not able to remember his name right now. I have heard about him in a class, but I'm not able to remember his name. But he's from the Radha Vallabh Sampradaya. I don't know if he's mentioned in Bhaktamala. Is that okay, Parima Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, it's okay, no problem. I was just thinking if it is there somewhere. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Maybe it is there in Bhaktamal, but I have not read it yet. I have not read the whole Bhaktamal yet.
Okay,
But this is the Radha Vallabhi Sadhu, the Radha Vallabhi Sampradaya.
thank you, Prabhuji.
Hari Hari. So this is a very important verse. Again, see how poetically Krishna has spoken and how poetically Prabhupada has translated in English. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, for him I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. How beautiful. Verse number 31. Such a yogi who engages in the worshipful service of the super soul, knowing that I and the super soul are one, remains always in me in all circumstances. So see, one who is engaged in worshipful service of Krishna, knowing that Krishna and Paramatma, Krishna and the super soul are one and the same, remains always with me in all circumstances. So we should try to be Madhyamadhikaris, good Madhyamadhikaris. Uttamadhikari, like this devotee that we spoke about, the Vrajvasi, that happens naturally. We should not artificially try to be on the Uttamadhikari platform. That is not recommended. Is that clear? We should not try to imitate the Uttamadhikaris, but our responsibility as sadhaks. So there are two things. There is sadhak and there is santa. Santa is Uttamadhikari. Santa Tukaram, Santa Namdev. They are Uttamadhikari, Santa Kabir. All these saints, Uttamadhikaris. But we are sadhaks. A sadhak's responsibility is to act like a good Madhyamadhikari. Is that clear? Good Madhyamadhikari, which means we should have friendship with devotees. We should show kripa to the innocent. We should avoid the association of those who criticize, those who are envious. And we must have love for Krishna. Loving service for Krishna, loving friendship with devotees, and kripa to the innocent. That is preaching. That is Madhyamadhikari. And our duty is to become good Madhyamadhikaris. The Uttamadhikari platform is given by Krishna. When we remain Madhyamadhikari nicely, and we may continue to make progress, the stage of Uttamadhikari will come. Like Prabhupada. It comes. Verse number 32. He is a perfect yogi who, by comparison to his own self, sees the true quality of all beings in both their happiness and their distress. O Arjun. So who is a perfect yogi? who, comparison to himself, sees the true equality of all beings. So someone may be happy, someone may be sad, someone may be beautiful, someone may be ugly, someone may be rich, someone may be poor, someone may be educated, someone may be not so educated. But a true yogi sees the equality in them. That these external circumstances are different, but actually they are all same. They are all Ishwar Ansha Jiva Avinashi Chetana Amala Sahaja Sukharashi. That they are all spirit souls. They are parts of Krishna. Mama Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. They are all fragmental parts of Krishna. That equality they see. So Krishna is saying that a true yogi, in whatever external conditions are there, happiness, distress, richness, poor, health, disease, but they see that no, these are all Krishna's spirit souls. So they don't do grina towards anybody. He's a Muslim, he's a Christian, he's a mlecha. Those are all external things. But a pure devotee sees the essence, like Prabhupada. Prabhupada never had grina, never had disgust serving the hippies. Can you imagine? Living a Prabhupada is Paramhamsa from Vrindavan, highest class Brahman, Sannyasi Paramhamsa. He's living with all this John and Tommy and Pommy. They are having sex, they are having drugs, they are eating meat, beef. But Prabhupada is living with them, sharing the same bathroom, sharing the same kitchen. In Sally Agarwal's fridge, there was all chicken and beef and meat stored. And Prabhupada is asking, can I share your kitchen with you and cook? He's living in YM. They didn't even have a room for Prabhupada. Yeah. Sally Agarwal and Gopal Agarwal did not even have a room for Prabhupada. They said, we have a 2-bedroom apartment. So there is no place for you. But you can live in the YMCA, but you can come and cook here and take a shower here. So Prabhupada would come there to take a shower and cook in that kitchen. Kitchen in which meat was being cooked. Prabhupada, he's Paramhamsa, disciple of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He has no business coming and living with the hippies. They have nothing they can offer Prabhupada. Prabhupada is coming to give. Prabhupada is giving them Krishna book. He's giving them Ras Panchadhyaya. He's giving them Chaitanya Charitamrita. Once Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, what can we give you? Prabhupada said, only 2 things. Just take what I've come to give you. Don't give me back anything. Just take what I've come to give you and give it to others. What can you give Prabhupada? He is belonging to Krishna. What can you give him? Chintamani Prakhara Sadmashuka. Dust of Vrindavan is Chintamani. What you will give him? 24 karat gold? What is the value of 24 karat gold? Prabhupada is coming from the land of Chintamani. Chintamani Prakhara Sadmashu Kalpa Vriksha. Lakshavarteshu Sudabhi Ramapalayantam. Lakshmi Sahasa Shatakamrava Sevyamana. Govindam Ādi Purusham Tamabhaya. Don't give me anything. Just take what I have come to give you and give it to others. Share it. Prachar. Exactly. Take my prasad and do prachar. Take my mercy and give it to others. That is Srila Prabhupada. They don't have grina. They see the equality. So why Prabhupada was able to do that to the hippies? Because he could see that they are belonging to Krishna. They are lost souls in this material world, but they are actually pure, potentially pure devotees. They have the potential to become pure devotees because they are pure devotees. Mama Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Jivara Swarupa Krishna Nitya. These are all Krishna Das. They are hippies, but they are Krishna Das. So Prabhupada had that vision of Uttam Adhikari.
It's like Atmaram.
Atmaram, exactly. They are completely self-satisfied. Verse number 33. Arjun said, so now Krishna spoke all this. Now Arjun is going to ask very important questions. So please pay attention. Arjun is asking, O Madhusudan, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. So what is Krishna saying? Fix your mind on me. Fix your mind on me. Arjuna is saying, Krishna, how can I fix my mind on you? Mind is so unsteady and restless. How to do it? Then Arjuna says, this is very important. Verse 34. Chanchalahi mana Krishna pramathi balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. Very famous verse. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. Oh my dear Krishna, Arjuna is saying, oh my dear Krishna, Chanchala hi mana. This mind is very chanchal, very flickering, very unsteady. Pramathi, it is agitating. it is agitating the mind, always demanding, give me this, give me that, let's do this, let's do that. Always making plans, always desiring things. Agitating, pramathi. And if it's like a small puppy dog, boom, 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 barking, hit, you can just kick the dog away. Hit, silence, scare the dog away. But this is not his Balavad Dridam. The mind is not like a small puppy. It's like a huge, ferocious tiger. Yeah, Balavat. Balavat Dridam. And his Dridam is obstinate. Kutte ki pooch. It's like a dog's tail, the mind. Kabhi sidha nahi hoga. It'll never become straight. Dog's tail. It's a big dog it is. It's not a small dog. So what to do? Chanchalahi manak Krishna pramathi Balavat Dridam. This mind is like a wild animal. Very strong and is agitating. Obstinate. Will never improve and very flickering. And you are saying, oh, become peaceful, fix your mind on me, see everything as equal. How is it possible, Krishna? How is it possible? Tasyaham nigraham manye vayor iva sudushkaram. Controlling this mind is vayor iva sudushkaram. It is more difficult than controlling the vayu. I can control hurricanes and tornadoes, but I cannot control the mind, Arjuna is saying. In other words, Arjuna is saying it seems impossible. Prabhupada writes in the purport, the mind is so strong and obstinate that it sometimes overcomes the intelligence. Sometimes, in my case, all the time. Intelligence is like a small puppy sitting in the corner of the room, giving full control to the mind. You do what you want, Baba. Don't bark at me. So Prabhupada says, the mind is so strong and obstinate that it sometimes overcomes the intelligence. Although, who is the manager? And who is the subordinate? The manager is intelligence, and mind is reporting to the intelligence, is under the intelligence. But what has happened? This employee is so wild, so crazy that the manager is scared, and manager is not reporting to duty only. Let him run the show. Manager is scared, intelligence is scared of the mind. Prabhupada is saying, but the mind is supposed to be subservient to the intelligence. Intelligence is supposed to tell the mind what to do. So what to do? So Srila Prabhupada is explaining nice purport. But in the interest of time, we are not going in details. This is supposed to be like a summary study of the Bhagavad Gita. Although in chapter 6, we have really slowed down. Yeah. But what to do? This mind control is very important. So please forgive me. So Arjun's question is, the process you are telling me seems like an impossible process of meditation because mind is totally uncontrolled and unsteady. It's very difficult to control the mind. What does Krishna say? It's very important. Very, very important. Verse number 35. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu kaunteya Vairagyena cha griyate Asamshayam Mahabaho. Oh, very powerful Arjun. Yes, asamshayam. Undoubtedly, what you are saying is right. Manaha durnigraham. It is very difficult to control this mind because it is chalam. It is very flickering. Achala means steady. Situated in one place. Achal. Chala means always chalte rehta hai, always walking here and there. I agree, very difficult to control the mind. But, Krishna is saying, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha griyate. The mind can be controlled. Griyate. It can be controlled how? By two things. Abhyas and vairagya. So translation. Lord Shri Krishna said to Arjun, Lord Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti Arjun, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice, abhyas, and by detachment, vairagya. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha griyate. It is possible. Srila Prabhupada is writing, the difficulty of controlling the obstinate mind as expressed by Arjun is accepted by Krishna, the personality of Godhead. Krishna is saying, yes, what you are saying is right, Arjuna. It is very difficult to control the mind. But at the same time, Krishna suggests that by practice and detachment, it is possible. Now, what is practice? What is practice? In the present age, no one can observe the strict rules and regulations of placing oneself in a sacred place, focusing the mind on the super soul, restraining the senses, mind, observing celibacy, remaining alone, etc. Not possible. You saw in this chapter previously, Krishna said, go to a holy place, remain celibate, sit on a asana not too high, not too low, in a sacred place, on kusha grass mat, this straight back. Many people cannot do that for a long time. We may do it for 5-10 minutes, but after that we cannot do it. So not possible. Prabhupada says, by the practice of Krishna consciousness, however, one engages in 9 types of devotional service of the Lord. What is this? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. The first and foremost is engagement about hearing. First we should hear. Ado Shraddha Tatha Sadhu Sangha. What happens in Sadhu Sangha? We hear. Then Bhajana Kriya starts. Based on what we have heard. Sadhu gives the Bhajan Kriya. Then we start doing Bhajan, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We all went self-discovery course. Yes. Hearing from Sadhu. Then Bhajan Kriya starts. Then Anartha Nivritti happens. Then we get Nishtha. Then we get Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Prem, like that. So it begins with hearing. One should hear Hari Katha. Hearing about Krishna, Prabhupada writes. This is a very powerful transcendental method of purging the mind of all misgivings. The more one hears about Krishna, the more one becomes enlightened and detached means vairagya, detached from everything and draws the mind, detached from everything that takes the mind away from Krishna. Does a movie take our mind away from Krishna? Yes. Eating in restaurant, does it take our mind away from Krishna? Yes. Because devotees have not cooked it. It's not offered to Krishna. It's not Krishna Prasad. So if it goes in, it's going to buddhi vichalit hogi. It's going to disturb our intelligence, our concentration. So these are all these things, we become detached from them by practicing, by hearing from sadhu. I'll ask one question. Once a question was asked, how do we know who we should hear from? There are so many Harikathas going on. How do we decide from whom we should hear? Who to make our Shravan Guru? Who should we choose as our Shravan Guru? There are 2 criteria. This our Acharyas explained. 2 criteria. If by hearing to a sadhu, these 2 things are happening, we should more and more hear from that sadhu. What are the 2 things? Number 1, Radha Krishna अच्छे लगने लगते हैं साधु का सुन के. When we hear from that sadhu, we develop attraction for Radha and Krishna or for Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. By hearing Harikatha, we start increasing our liking for Radha and Krishna. भगवान अच्छे लगने लगते हैं हरिकथा सुन के. By hearing Harikatha, we develop attraction and love for Radha and Krishna. That is 1. Second criteria, the enjoyment of this world starts appearing to be very tasteless. फीकी लगती है. इस जगत की वार्ता, इस जगत का जो whatever sense enjoyment is available in this material world, that starts appearing to be like dull and tasteless by hearing Harikatha. If by hearing a sadhu, we are developing a distaste for material sense enjoyment, Indra Tripti, and we feel that, oh, Radha Krishna are so nice. I want to serve Radha Krishna. I want to be with Mahaprabhu. I want to be with Haridas Thakur. I wish I could meet Prabhupada. When our Acharyas and Radha Krishna, they start appearing to be very attractive by hearing a particular Harikatha, we should hear from that sadhu. 2 things. Radha Krishna, वो अच्छे लगने लगते हैं बहुत. We develop attraction for Radha and Krishna, and we develop detachment from sense enjoyment by hearing that Harikatha. If these 2 things are happening, that means we are hearing from the right person. We should keep hearing. Yes. The more one becomes enlightened and detached from everything that takes away from Krishna. That's what happens by sadhu sangha, by hearing. By detachment, by detaching the mind from activities not devoted to Krishna, one can very easily learn Vairagya. Vairagya means, what is the definition of Vairagya? Vairagya means detachment from matter and engagement of the mind in Krishna, in spirit. So this is very important. Krishna is answering. I love this verse. We'll read the verse one more time. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena cha Griyate Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena grihate is what we have to highlight in this. So now let's, for 1 minute, let's talk about abhyas and vairagya. What exactly is abhyas? What exactly is vairagya? And we will stop at verse number 35 today. Next time we will continue by Krishna's mercy from verse number 36. So Krishna has answered the question. He's saying, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihate. Mind can be controlled by two things, abhyas and vairagya. Abhyas means practice and vairagya means detachment. So what is this practically? Very easy to understand, so please pay attention. One who understands this, life will be successful. What is abhyas? So we discussed anukulyasya sankalpa, pratikulyasya varjanam. Here is the answer. Abhyas means anukulyasya sankalpa and vairagya means pratikulyasya varjanam. Abhyas means to do what we are supposed to do. What is anukul? What is favorable for bhakti that we should do? Is chanting early in the morning, at least for 2 hours every day, favorable for Krishna consciousness? Yes. Is singing the prayers written by our Goswamis favorable? Ashtakams? Yes. Is reading Śrīmad Bhagavatam and Srila Prabhupada's purports favorable? Yes. Being in the association of devotees and participating in Harinam Sankirtan and Hari Katha, Krishna Katha, Satsang, is it favorable? Yes. Giving charity donations for Krishna's seva, is that favorable? Yes. Doing some menial service to the Vaishnavas, serving Vaishnavas, doing Vaishnava seva, is that favorable? Yes. So these are all abhyas. So these activities we should do. Hearing Hari Katha, reading Prabhupada's books, chanting Hare Krishna, serving the devotees, being in the association of devotees, hearing satsang, volunteering for different services, being engaged in Krishna's service. This is called abhyas. Krishna says, abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihate. Mind can be controlled by two things, abhyas and vairagya. Abhyas means practicing to do what is favorable. Anukulyasya sankalpa. जो अनुकूल है उन चीजों का संकल्प करना चाहिए कि मैं करूंगा ये चीजें. I will do these favorable things. That is called practice, abhyas. Do what we are supposed to do is abhyas. Doing things that are favorable to Krishna consciousness is abhyas. What is vairag? By practice. We should practice doing it again and again and again every day. What is vairagya? Vairagya means pratikulyasya varjanam. Vairagya means to give up things that are unfavorable for bhakti. If watching a movie is going to distract us, next day morning when we sit for japa, रात को Netflix पे देखा है कुछ अपन ने, सवेरे जब chanting करने को बैठते क्या होता है? वही सब vision आती है. So then we are meditating on movie instead of Radha Krishna Leela, movie Leela is going on. So that is not good. So that is unfavorable. Eating in restaurants, unfavorable. Wasting time, unfavorable. Criticizing devotees is favorable or unfavorable? Very, very unfavorable. Talking about politics and this and that, Gramya Katha, gossip, who did this, who did that, this celebrity did this celebrity did that. Is it favorable or unfavorable? Unfavorable. So we should give up those things. That is called vairagya. To give up things that are unfavorable is called vairagya, detachment. And to do things that are favorable is called abhyas. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihate. So who can raise your hand and explain this principle in few sentences? This verse is most important. Who can explain this verse? Asamshaya mahabaho manodurnigraham abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihate. Who can explain this verse? Mallika, you want to explain? Okay, go ahead, explain.
So in this verse, Krishna says that in the previous verse, as Arjun said that you can't control your mind because it's restless and
Unsteady, fickle, yeah.
So in that Krishna says that yes, Arjun is right, but then he says that you can control your mind in two ways, which is abhyas and vairagya. Abhyas means practice and vairagya means detachment.
Okay.
So here practice means favorable to Krishna.
Okay.
That means we should do something which will please Krishna.
Very good.
And detachment, vairagya, that means we should give up all the activities which does not please Krishna.
Very good. Now can you give some examples of abhyas and some examples of vairagya?
So for abhyas, like chanting Krishna's name, doing puja, meeting Vaishnavas, hearing
Satsang, yeah.
Satsang Katha.
Very nice.
And
this is abhyas.
Yes, abhyas.
Favorable.
And detachment, vairagya is like watching unwanted things, movies, or going out with who are like non-Vaishnavas maybe,
Mhm.
and that's it. Movie.
How about food that is not offered to Krishna?
Yeah, that also.
That is also unfavorable. So to
Unfavorable.
give that up, give up unfavorable things is vairagya.
Yeah.
Because vairagya means to give up, to detach oneself. So detaching oneself from unfavorable things and attaching oneself to favorable things, that is abhyas. That is abhyas. This is vairagya. So this is the essence of what we discussed today. It's 1 hour, so we'll stop. Are there any questions? You can raise your hand. I think Shampriya Mataji had raised her hand sometime in between. Is Mataji there?
Yes, Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji, I was just going to tell you the answer like you were asking. I thought so. That's why I raised it. But
Okay. You want to say something? You can say.
no, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Anyone else has any question? If not, we can end the class. Devhuti Mataji, Kasturi Manjari Mataji. You can unmute Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I don't have a question, but just a reflection.
Yes, please share.
The story that you mentioned about that pure devotee, and he did not accept that person who killed his son. And then I was just thinking, and that when one has such faith, that helps others also come closer to Krishna, whoever come in proximity with them. And if we deal with these we can say non-devotees or others in a way that discriminating, not just discriminating but hatred kind of thing, oh, this person is not nice, so that will even take them away from Krishna instead of bringing them closer to Krishna. So this person who was in the guise of a sadhu, because of the faith of this pure devotee, he becomes a devotee. So which is like, I mean, a lesson actually to deal with everybody in a nice way, not
Yes. That dacoit did become a devotee. His heart was transformed.
yes, Prabhu.
Pure Devotees Association. Yes. Thank you. The very nice reflection, Kasturi Manjari Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.